Hi there. We've just made the journey all the way from Chongqing. It's been about a 5-6 hour road trip from there, but it's been worth it. Now we're in Wushan County to go and report on poverty alleviation here. So we're following on from our last trip to Zhongyi County, Zhongyi Township. It's been quite a long day so far, so this evening we're mostly just going to relax a little bit and also going to meet some people who are going to travel with us to Shrinelong Village with us tomorrow morning. But before they come and fetch us, I just wanted to show you the view here. There's something special. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but there's a bridge over there in the distance with a red arc. And for years and years, I've seen that in travel guides for Chongqing and also the Three Gorges. But this is actually the first time I've come here to see it. And as it happens, I've got a balcony view just looking right at it. So we've got an hour before the guys come and pick us up. So I'm going to go down there and take a closer look. And the one thing that really strikes me as I'm walking out here into the gardens down to the riverside is just the peace and quiet. There's just nothing to be heard here at all. Just the birds, maybe just the odd sound of some boats going by. And the sights around here, like the tops of the mountains here with the wispy clouds, and that's one of my favourite views here in Chongqing. There's so many places where you can see it. I mean, we saw it in Shuanglong County. I've seen it in Pengshui as well. Now, I really love this. Let's see if we can walk down to the riverside, or at least the riverside path, and then we'll just have a quick word about what our vlog post is going to be about on this trip here. So here's a little maple tree here I've just noticed. So the red leaves it has is actually kind of a famous symbol of the counties around here, like Wushan and Fengjie. So hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more of these on our trip. So you can see one of the Three Gorges over there in the distance, and it kind of stretches along the Yangtze, along this way, and then on its way to Hubei province over there. So these trees or bushes here have just really caught my eye as well. I mean, look how bright the flowers are. I mean, I haven't really seen anything like this before. So going on this side, and then over there it looks like a kind of dock with a couple of cruise ships over there, and we've got another one of those trees here as well. But in any case, it just happens that the village we're going to be visiting tomorrow to check up on the poverty alleviation is called Shuanglong. And Shrinelong Village happens to be in the lesser Three Gorges, so even if we don't make the cruise boats, we'll definitely be able to go there and have a look what it's like up there. So the main purpose of our trip here to Wushan is to report on poverty alleviation over the past few years, and with a particular emphasis on low interest loans that have helped local people, local rural residents open up businesses, and these businesses could be like fruit orchards, things like that. And we're going to find out some more examples, hopefully. So we've got some people coming with us, and they're going to hopefully introduce some people to us. But the theme of my vlog post, which I'm doing on the side, is we're going to go and see some of the tourist places, some of the places you can come and explore and visit to Wuxi. So I'm going to check out some of the places you can come and visit if you ever come here to Wushan. And as is often the case on these trips when we come out, there are lots of surprises as well. So when we're out and about, if I see something like really special, something like I find really amazing, then I'll definitely turn this on and share it with you. Okay, we've made it to Shrinelong Village. The journey here was about an hour and a half, through the mountains, and the last few kilometers were over some dirt tracks. So it was kind of slow progress, but we're here in the village. So we're just going to stop in the building behind us for a cup of tea, and then we're going to go and start visiting some of the local rural households here and see how the low interest loans are helping them out of poverty. And just before we go, I'm just going to give you a quick look around. So this is the main building, got the rural bank here, got a locals building, home over there, and over here we've also got a medical centre as well. So I'm just going to go in and just have a very quick look. They've got a bit of medical equipment in there. So we've got some of the local doctors here. Yeah, okay, then we've got a doctor's table. I can see he's got a Wi-Fi connection. He's got his medical license up on the wall there. Then we've got some basic medical equipment here as well. So not too bad. I mean, this place feels even more remote than it was in Zhongyishang. So actually, this it's not looking too bad over here. Okay, so let's go in and have a cup of tea. So behind me is a sign marking this place as a base for producing crisp plums. So we've got a couple of acres around us here. I'm going to show you some of the plants right next to me by the roadside, and then we're going to go and visit the first farm here and see how low interest loans has improved his income and his life here in general. So far the crisp plums are not in season yet, so they've still got a few months to go, but even so we can see a couple of them on the trees here. There's another few up here. So I'm going to follow Mr. Lee. So this is Mr. Lee's plum yard up here. So I'm going to go and get my feet dirty. Okay, so Mr. Lee is just saying on the ground here they keep a lot of these weeds. They don't dig them up. So it has the effect of keeping the pests off the crisp plum trees. Okay, so we're still talking about how to look after the plum trees here. So we're saying the old branches and the old leaves, when he tends to them, he tends to clip them off. So apparently it's quite good for the tree's metabolism. Okay, it's just saying at the base of the trees you can see his painted whitewash on them. So during the winter months that also keeps some of the pests off the plum trees as well. So Mr. Lee just explained a moment ago. I asked him what kind of pesticide they use for the plums here. So he said that there are a lot of pesticides he's not allowed to use, because really this is more of an organic orchard here. So what he uses is has more of a antibacterial effect, and he described basically 4 phases during the ripening process that he has to add it, just to keep the quality and appearance of the plums good enough for markets. So that's good to know. Yeah, you can hear the chickens crowing down there. Okay, so in a moment we're going to start our interview with Mr. Lee. So if you want to see how that goes, stay tuned, and in the near future it will be coming out soon. Yeah. So we finished our interview with Mr. Lei, and now we're in another village. It is kind of complicated. So Shuanglong, so that's like Shuanglong Town, like Double Dragon Town. But inside this, around this town, there are lots of individual villages. So the village where we went to see the plums, that was a place called Bijia village. So the place we're in now is called Anping village. That's it. And actually, as you can see, the village is actually quite picturesque. So we're just stopping here in Anping village for a spot of lunch. They've told us it's another speciality. I don't know if it's going to be the Wushan fish again, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. But just in front of me here, there's another country inn. So I'm just going to follow them in through the door, and we're going to see what surprises they have in store for us. Okay, so fish is definitely on the menu here. So they've got a little pool here, and you can see the nets. So when somebody orders a fish, like a fish lunch or dinner, the fish run out of this pond here, and then basically, you can tell them, how heavy you want the fish to be. You can have a smaller one, a larger one, and then just kind of weigh it here, and you pay like a unit price per gin, which is kind of about half a kilogram. But still waiting what they have in store for us. All right, so lunch is served. Okay, so for lunch today we've got a kind of Chongqing style hot pot. Yeah, okay, so this is a chicken hot pot. So lunch is done with. That was very nice. It was like a hot pot chicken dish. It was pretty good. So actually the owner of this country house, like Country Manor, has agreed to accept an interview. So in a moment we're going to go and ask him a few questions. But as he gets ready, I'm just going to have a quick peek over here, have a look at some of the fields. You can see here there's also a canal running between these two fields here and a narrow road just to my right. Over lunch, one of our escorts also told me that Shuanglong Town has about 20, just over like 20 villages here. So actually it covers like a bigger area than I was expecting. So before we go to our next stop in Shuanglong Town, another village, we're going to go and find a place where they're going to make, I suppose, kind of like sculptures based on the red leaf, on the maple leaf. Which is a really famous symbol of the area here in Wushan. But exactly what it's going to be like, I don't know, so it's going to be a surprise for us. But just before we go do the interview, I'm just going to show you something here as well, which is common in the countryside here in China. So you see this big pile of logs, sticks, twigs, dried up leaves. So these are often used to fire the stoves in the kitchens here, and like for heating in general.
看到黄子木满大嘴巴的。
在一般放学后，你们喜欢怎么玩吗？
喜欢玩捉迷藏。老师说的不能玩捉迷藏，只能玩游戏。
捉迷藏有什么问题？就是要离开路边就行，可能路边有点危险吧。
爸爸送骗子接我。
哦，那一般这些土豆片怎么吃吗？
要晃油晃盐。
So I just asked the little girl what these are. She told me these are potato slices. So they put them out to dry, and I suppose they use them as a kind of. Oh yeah, like a little hole over there. That's right. Okay, yeah. So they kind of mix I suppose they use these just to eat them with rice, perhaps. So they cook them in a bit of oil, add a little bit of salt, and then you're done. So next up is going to be the red leaf sculptures, like the maple leaf sculptures. So just waiting for the go ahead, but until that time comes, I'm just going to sit back here, relax a bit, and drink a cup of Chinese tea. Cheers.